We got to wrap it up. We got 10 minutes left.
I thought we had one more segment.
This is it. I thought that we're on.
I already did that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was pretty intense. It's really intense. After an hour, I felt like I was beginning to catch on.
Yeah. So we'll be talking about that more and more.
So when you source at auctions, I mean, I know Beth Chakowski here. She says in her location she could go to 3 auctions a day, 6 days a week. Well, in Central Florida, I didn't really focus on auctions because I had so much retail around me. But I had a lot of fun the other night, and I know you and Beth always talk about auctions. So, and then one of our friends on an email group, one of our mutual friends, has been sharing some fine things she's found at an auction that she actually brand new stuff that she can source for Amazon too.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, okay, number 1, I need furniture for my house in Arkansas. Number 2, I need inventory for Amazon.
I think we need to do a whole show on auctions.
Maybe.
Because we got to talk about our vendors.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were supposed to do auctions.
No, that's okay. I said I could talk about auctions all night.
I was like, so teach me about auctions. Maybe you'll do that one night, and I'll be on the other end listening.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so back to SCOE. Let's wrap up about SCOE. So we didn't talk about the vendors. So you know when you go to these events, there's always the sponsors and the vendors and the people selling stuff. And you go in the room, and there's this room, and you think, oh, geez, they just want to sell me something. I had a totally different experience here. This was a really great way to get to know products better, ask questions, see demos, and I didn't have a single one of those vendors pitching me to buy that product. Not a single one gave me a sales pitch. Not a single one was like, oh, you have to have this now. All they wanted to do was answer my questions.
Well, that was pretty cool. And you know what? eBay does this too. They used to do it. They don't really do it on location. But I like the vendors. And I tell eBay beginners, of course it's something to you, but I also tell them they should listen to the back issues of eBay Radio, even the commercials. Because when you're a new seller, you've got to figure out what's going on in the company, and even the commercials can be educational. But the vendors here at SCOE are also all important. And now, you teased earlier about some of the vendors here being for eBay people too, because they're all going to multi-channel. We saw, 4 or 5 companies, they either already have a multi-channel listing and inventory tool on the market, or they're developing it right now as we speak.
Well, this was my thing. I went into this convention thinking that there wasn't going to be a whole lot for me there because I am so eBay-centric. Yeah. I was amazed how many of those products either being developed or currently, like I said, my sponsors of the show were there, Stamps.com and Cabbage.com and Outright.com.
Danny, go ahead and finish the thought. I saw something in the chat. Go ahead.
She's reading. We're in trouble now. Okay, so I had people, not only that I currently do business with, that I could ask questions and get information, which I got some tidbits I can't wait to bring. But as well as get to know new companies potentially that are people I can put in front of you. There are some really good products being developed. Multi-channel. Multi-channel is like,
the keyword, the buzzword.
Yeah, that's the buzzword. You can't just have all your eggs in one basket. So really good stuff. Really got a lot of questions answered.
You said something I was thinking. I was counting earlier. There were 33 sponsors. 33. Okay?
Wow.
The vendor room was as big as maybe a football field with vendors all the way around it and then down the middle. They did have a cocktail night where they all gave out cocktails. All of them had swag except one. I was really proud of Seller Engine. Decided this year, instead of giving out swag, free pens and notebooks, they were actually going to take for every person that stopped by their booth and put a star on their board. You could choose one of 4 charities. And for every star, they donated $2 to the charity. That was kind of cool, I thought. I still like my swag, but it was kind of cool. Anyway, I was thinking, you and I are not shy, okay? So when we need to connect
with yourself.
When we need to connect with a vendor, we just walk up to the table and say, so tell me about your product, and I have this problem. What can your product do for me? So if you're like us, that's a perfect solution. You can go up to these people, and they will actually take you behind the table, boot up an internet connection computer, and say, what do you need from us? And show you what their product does. If you're a little bit more shy, you can go and listen to their talks. Every one of the vendors had at least one, some of them 2 or 3 different time frames, where they gave a 30-minute presentation of what their product did. So I was thinking, if someone was a little bit more shy than we were, and knew what they needed, they could pick out the programs they thought they were interested in, go listen to the spiel, then they could make a decision, yes, this might work for me. Then they'd feel more comfortable going and talking to the vendor.
Right. Yeah. And all the vendors, even when they were giving good content.
Oh, yeah. And they were sending people to each other. Yeah. If you went to them and said, okay, I need this, and they started showing you stuff, and you go, well, I need this and this, they go, you know what? I think they would be better for you. I couldn't believe that. I mean, nobody does that. My solution can be the be-all and end-all. They weren't doing it. No. They were sending people to each other. It was kind of funny.
So if you missed this one, or it was too far to travel, this is really cool.
Yeah.
This is really cool. Philadelphia. Philadelphia.
I see that.
I know. But here's something, you guys. If you're like, if this is something you just like know you want to go to, we have a code. We have a code. The loyalty code will get you $100 off, but it's expiring tomorrow.
It was supposed to expire June 1st, and they talked Rhonda into extending it.
Yes.
The price goes up every couple of weeks, and the coupons go down. Now, this year, there were some opportunities at the end where she needed volunteers. It helps you get a discount. So if you're really interested in going and the money's a major issue, I would go to SCOE.biz, SCOE.biz.
Right there.
Thank you, Rachel, for the link. Email Rhonda and say, I desperately want to attend this, but money's a real issue. Can you help me? Do you have any volunteer opportunities? And that might be a way of saving some more money.
Yeah, exactly. So, and of course, we will both be there.
Yes,
thinking. Yeah, okay.
It's the same time as
I know.
I'm double.
We think we're going to be there. We think
She's going to be there for sure. I'll be there for at least one day. They want to know how much it is. I think right now it's like 500, or is it less than that? 400.
Don't know. If you go over there and check it out, but you know what? It is well worth every penny of the price.
If you get 2 ideas out of this conference that are going to make you $1,000, and easily will do that, it's worth it. I know it's shocking because I only attended eBay event, and you have to realize eBay heavily subsidizes these events. There's no way they put on an eBay on location for $49 a person. Doesn't happen. eBay poured all kinds of money into it. The SCOE event doesn't have a corporate sponsor. Amazon doesn't sponsor this. So the money comes from the vendors and from the attendees. The SCOE fees are a real shock to eBay sellers. They were a real shock to me. But I'm going to IRC next week. If you wait till the end and register for IRC, it's $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
So SCOE fees are in line with other big e-commerce events. They just seem shocking to us because eBay's been so generous in the past, and we hope in the future.
But you can see what's happened to eBay by them being so generous.
We don't have any events.
They can't, well, they say they can't afford it. They don't want to put out the money for it anymore because it's actually costing them millions of dollars to put on that event.
I wanted you to see what Joyce put here in the chat room, and I think it scrolled past, but she has big, I'm not pushing anything hard. She has big plans for you in Kansas Jubilee.
I was kind of saying, we'll talk. We'll talk, Joyce. We'll talk.
I was like, oh. So anyway, SCOE.biz, SCOE.biz /SCOE. Beth found some typos on the site, so don't be too worried. But
and I'll see what I can do about getting some extended code.
Well, Chris was able to work out, she does run an affiliate program, and she gives out coupons to speakers and stuff, and Chris will overlook that.
We'll see what we can do.
We'll try to see, maybe she'll extend the loyalty coupon.
See what we can do. All right, so we've got eBay Radio Party coming up. That is June 19th and 20th with an extra day on the 18th. It's all that sort of thing. Now, it is sold out, so if you aren't already registered, bummer. But
next year.
If you want to come in on Friday, take a little trip to Vegas, I have something really, really cool planned. This is called A Day with Danni. And what I am doing, I have a morning session and an afternoon session. In the morning session, we are going to an antique mall. We are going hands-on, educational, get your hands on the glass and the antiques and ask all the questions you want. Pick my brain until there's nothing left.
Don't do that.
And learn everything you want about antiques and probably find some good things to take home with you too. We're going to do that in the morning, and then the afternoon session will be going to an actual auction house. This is an auction that will be held on Sunday, so that everything will be set up. You will get to see me preview, as I would, if as I will be bidding at that auction when they have it. So we're going to go. I'm going to preview, teach you all that I do in that process, and then
what you're going to bid on and why.
Yes, and then we're going to have a mock auction, so you can actually learn how to bid correctly, effectively, and there's no risk. The auctioneer, he is a wonderful guy, has offered to help me teach a whole new group of people how to be good bidders at the auction. Yep, and, kind of the do's and don'ts. So we're doing that. You can buy one or the other, or get the whole day for one price, and that'll include lunch too. And more information is over on my website, thedanniapp.com, at day/with-Danni.
A day with Danni.
Now, there are only a few spots left in each session. So if that is something you're thinking of, don't wait, because I am only taking 6 people.
She's going to put one of them sold out stamps on that.
Yeah, I'm only taking 6. So this is going to be very, very hands-on personal training. Just saying. So we got that. Yep. And of course, there are several other events coming through the year that I will keep you posted on. I'll be coming to Texas. Of course, we've got Kansas Jubilee in October. We've got the ICE event, all kinds of stuff. And if you just kind of flash those up there, April, because we're already running over time. Yes.
And I don't know if you're coming to San Jose.
I am not. It didn't work out this time. San Jose is definitely in my future, so stay tuned for that. This time we couldn't quite get things coordinated for that. I will be in San Francisco next weekend, but I'm in for an event and right back out, so not going to be doing anything extra around that, unfortunately.
She misses her baby.
But if you're not on the newsletter, that is where I post all of this information, guys. My newsletter, you can sign up at thedanniapp.com. Totally free. I have 3 guest writers every week in my newsletter, which is my 2 older daughters and my mom. So you get perspectives from all sides of eBay.
I love your newsletter because you talk about eBay and you teach, and then we get your mother's perspective from her generation. Your 30-something, your almost 30-something daughter, her perspective as being a mom with a bunch of kids, and then your 20-something daughter out there.
She's the fashion.
Pretty cool.
She gives the fashion advice. Yes, you know what's hot and trending out there in the fashion world. So definitely do that. And this segment was brought to you by Outright.com. And I'm telling you guys, we're not thinking about too much in taxes and all that right now. But definitely get yourselves your free Outright.com account to keep track of your income and expenses. They do have a pro version. The good thing about the pro version is you can go back several years. With the free version, you only get 12 months of data, 365 days. So that's the big difference between the two. But you can get a whole year of data and keep track of your expenses and income with the free version, which is pretty amazing for all that they do. So definitely check them out.
You know what I forgot to pump? Can I pump one thing?
Go for it.
I forgot that while I'm going to be in Chicago this week at the IRCE, I'm going to be speaking on Thursday night at the Chicago Meetup Group.
Oh,
so if you're in Chicago, or if you're close to Chicago, contact me, CathySimpson@gmail, or Bev, Grandma Bev, who's on the show, and Rich and Nyla and Bev run the Chicago eBay Meat Sellers Meetup Group. Great group. Looking forward to that. We're going to talk about getting your eBay business all set and ready, and also taxes and sales tax and all that. Yeah. Don't tell anybody about that when it comes. Who wants to talk about taxes?
Hot topic. Gotta learn about them taxes. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yay, I'm glad you got that in.
Yeah, I forgot until I saw Bev. Thank you, Bev.
Yeah. So, big announcement too, guys. No show next Sunday night. There will be no show next Sunday night, and I'll be in San Francisco. Actually, I'll be coming home from San Francisco.
In the air.
I'll actually probably be sitting at the airport at this time. So we are going to skip a week, but when we come back, I will have all the goodies that I bought on this trip, be able to show you now that stuff we talked about. And you know there's going to be so much that happens between now and 2 weeks from now that I'm going to have another crazy packed show. And you never know who I'm going to bring on here as a guest. So thank you all for being here tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Pat.
Thank you for letting me on the show.
Really fun.
I was supposed to sit over the bed just watching. Thank you for letting me here.
And Kat will be back on her show a week from tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow, no show, no That Cat Radio tomorrow because I will be 35,000 feet up during the time. So, yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good one. We will see you in 2 weeks or over on the Facebook group.
That's better.
Go be profitable and have fun. Make it fun. That's the thing.
I've always got it. Make it fun.
Bye-bye.